Okay, kidney. How many points on the kidney channel?
That one has
27. What's the where is the physical kidneys located?
Lower back.
Lower back.
Lower back. Okay, good. Its paired organ is urinary bladder. Okay. Peak hours of the kidney. Let's do it again. What is it? Lungs, large intestine, stomach, and spleen. Heart, small intestine, bladder, kidney. Yeah, UB kidney. So kidney is at rush hour, right? 5 p.m. Color is black. The starting point is where?
The solar plexus.
Sole of the, solar plexus of the foot. Sometimes they say the heart of the sole, okay, because it's on the sole of the foot. Your ending point is where?
The clavicles.
Yep, shoulder, lower border of the clavicle, tutsun, right? Tutsun, lateral to the ren. What is related to kidney?
Essence?
Organ or what?
Yeah, what functions?
Oh, cartilage, bones, cold.
Okay, asthma, cough, and
Oh, I see.
chest pain, everything. Okay, to understand it more, let's talk a little bit about the pathway, and then you'll know where it goes. So the channel begins under the little toe, okay, near the end of the bladder channel, and crosses through K1, okay? And to the inner edge, you guys can kind of do this on your own bodies. Just follow it with your index finger. To the sole of K2, looping inside the ankle bone, okay? It rises along the, which aspect of the leg, inner or
Inside,
lateral?
inside. Right.
Inner aspect of the leg. It intersects the spleen at what point?
6.
Spleen 6. Why?
It's the meeting point.
It's
of all
the meeting
channels.
point of all the yin meridian, right, the yin meridians.
Leg-
And then it continues up the calf and the inner thigh where it goes inside, interior. It goes to the lumbar spine and enters the kidney, descends to the bladder, and goes to the pubic area. Okay? It connects with the conception vessel. What's another name for the conception vessel? Ren channel, or some people say Jen channel. Okay, in the lower abdomen, it rises over the body to the collarbone. Where's your collarbone? Okay, collarbone, right. Internally, a branch leaves the kidney and enters what two organs, starting with L? Liver and lung, okay. And it continues up to the throat and to the tongue. From the lung, another branch flows to the heart and chest and joins the pericardium channel. So this is the kidney. Its physical branches are what? We know that for the liver, it's the eyes. For the kidney, it's the ears.
Head hair.
Remember remember we had two B's when we were looking at this?
Bones and brains.
Bone and brain, bones and brains, right? Bones and brains.
And marrow.
And marrow, okay. Head and pubic hair, okay. Hair on your head and pubic hair. Okay. The general function of the kidneys are to store prenatal essence or pre-heaven essence, govern growth, okay, birth, reproduction, development, produce marrow, and helps filter blood. So some of your symptoms or some of the indications would be gray hair, balding, infertility, good, loose teeth, dwarfism because it's a stunted growth, tinnitus, great, ringing of the ears,
Dizziness.
abnormal urination or nocturnal urination or frequent urination, okay, weak bones, osteoporosis, osteopenia, osteoporosis, okay. So, in a nutshell, the functions: stores essence, produces marrow, controls bones, fills up the brain. It also has to do with growth, reproduction and development, birth, growth. So anything with birth, growth, reproduction, development. What else do the kidneys do? It has to do with what element? What element? Element. Water. Water. Okay, so it governs water, controls the receiving of chi. Who's the master? Which organ is the master of chi?
Kidneys.
Chi. Lungs. Right, lungs. But this kidney controls the receiving of chi. Controls saliva or spittle?
Spittle.
Spittle, okay. And spittle is what? Is it thin?
It's thick.
Thick and turbid, okay? And saliva is to do with the spleen, and it's thin and clear. Okay, it controls the two lower orifices, right? Controls opening and closing, houses willpower, and controls the gate of life. Okay, so because the kidneys store essence, okay, and essence is what? How many types of essence do we have? Essence, we have 3 types of essence. What is it? Pre-heaven, post-heaven, and kidney essence. Okay, so our pre-heaven chi is derived from our parents, and that's established at conception. It's called the root of life and the root of pre-heaven chi. This is because essence determines constitution. So basically pre-heaven essence is constitution. Okay, and from essence, our growth and development, including the production of marrow, filling up the brain and controlling bones, manifests. Okay. Now kidney yin and kidney yang are the foundation of all the yin and yang organs in our body, okay? So they are often referred to the primary yin and primary yang, okay? Kidneys store essence, or what's the other word? I'm going to ask you to fill in the blanks. Jing, J-I-N-G, inherited from your parents. Pre-heaven essence, which is your hereditary essence, determining a person's constitution, is before birth. It nourishes the fetus, okay? It controls sexual maturation, controls growth, fertility, and development, okay? Whereas post-heaven essence is refined essence from food, right? From Gucci. Now, kidney essence is what? It's derived from both. Okay, do you got it? Yeah. So kidney essence is congenital, what you were born with, and acquired. Okay, so do you understand now? That there's 3 types of, I think it's now clearer though, right? There are 3 types of essences: prenatal or pre-heaven, post-heaven, and kidney essence is both. Is both. Okay. Now there's something else called Tian Gui, which is, some translations are, because Tian literally means heavenly, heaven. So it's called heavenly water. And the Qigong and the Ren meridians are channels that represent the overall functions of the kidneys. And on the Qigong and Ren, when we're working with infertility challenges, we work a lot on the Qigong, Ren, as well as the kidney channels. Okay, among that spleen and liver. Okay, but generally Qigong and Ren for balancing women's syndromes. Now, all 3 organs help in the production of qi, blood, and essence. Now, essence can also be defined in men as sperm, and in also in women. Okay, it says that heavenly water. Some books will say that it's menstruation. Others will say it's more of that heavenly discharge, that heavenly fertile water. Okay, they say that Tiangui comes from the heart, and kidney essence comes from the kidneys. The Tiangui and the heart chi travel to the uterus, and the kidney essence travels to the uterus. So, in most female infertility challenges, the heart chi and kidney essence need to be nurtured and tonified. Now, what do we mean when we talk about kidney produces marrow? Is that the same as in Western medicine, or how does that work? Because they say that marrow is derived from what? Kidney
Essence.
essence, okay? So what does that mean? Okay, so in TCM, it's more like, remember I said it's more like that fat-like substance, okay?
Right.
And it's more dense, and this generates the spinal cord and fills up the brain, okay? Now, this marrow nourishes what? Nourishes the bones, okay? What else does it nourish? Okay, it nourishes the bones, the brain, and the teeth. Okay, good. Now, if the kidney essence is weak, bones will be what? Brittle. Bones will be brittle. Teeth will be loose. Good. And what happens with children with poor bone development? Yeah. Okay, so there's stunted growth. Yeah. So as we age, what happens to our kidney essence?
It diminishes.
It diminishes. Okay, so the Chinese are very protective, and they take a lot of herbals and formulas, those in the know, for kidney to preserve it, because that's the foundation of all life, the kidney. And like I said, even for infertility, we work a lot with the kidney. Okay, so again, if we don't nourish the kidney, we have one formula called Louis de Wangwan, which nourishes. It's a formula to nourish kidney. Now, especially when women are going under menopause, what happens to women? They usually bones become brittle, right?
Dry.
Things drying up and things like that. So it's very important. The Chinese know this, to nourish the kidney essence, prevent osteoporosis, or to at least, because we do have our birth and death cycle. So at this time, we do have our birth and death in this lifetime, in our physical. So to say that we'll never die, we can't say that. So we may have osteoporosis, but it won't, if we take care of our bones, it won't happen so fast. It won't be so bad as someone who doesn't. Now also, there's a strong relationship between kidney and the brain, because kidneys are the origin of skill and intelligence. So again, if the kidneys are strong, they'll nourish the brain, right? Memory, concentration, thinking. And as we said, kidney is responsible for short or long-term memory.
Short.
Right, and then it transports it up to the heart, and remember, water has memory. And they didn't know this, 2,000, 5,000 years ago. We know this now. Water has memory. So when you read in the Wang Di Nei Jing that it transports the short-term, kidney transports the short-term memory up to the heart for long-term memory, again, if you'd say this to some Western person, that doesn't have an understanding of Oriental medicine, what do you mean? And yet today, we know, water has memory. Of course, it's just, right? It's not that strange for us. You can comprehend it. Okay. Okay, so remember, you have kidney essence. Okay, you have the kidney essence here. You see on the board, you have the kidney essence going to the marrow, and the marrow nourishes the brain, bones, and the spinal cord. Okay? Now we said that kidney also governs which element? Which one? Water. Water. Remember, it's so obvious, but it's easy to forget. So it does what's its function with water? TT. Transform, transport body fluids in various ways. Number one, the gate, it opens and closes. Remember, that's one of its functions, to open and close. So it controls the flow of body fluids in the upper, middle, or lower jiao. Right, right. Because if it doesn't, if it's too closed, what will we get? Scanty urination, right? If it's too open, it might cause profuse, too much urination, okay? Now kidneys are also, so it has that open closing and balancing, controlling the flow function. It also has a draining the ditch function. Now what does that mean? Just the excretion, expulsion of the fluids,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And kidney provides, what does it provide to the bladder?
That water to be disposed of.
Well, it provides chi, right?
Yeah,
Chi to the bladder to do its function, right? To do
storage,
its,
transport,
just, what does the bladder do? It stores and
transports.
Eliminates.
transforms the urine, right? And eliminates. So yeah, it has, yeah. Store, transform, eliminate. Okay. Now both the large and the small intestine help in separating the,
Good and bad.
okay, clean and dirty fluids. But this is helped by what? Kidney yin or kidney yang?
Kidney,
Kidney yang. Why kidney yang?
the heat, the warmth.
Because the heat, the warmth, we need the warmth. Good, good, that's very good. Now the kidneys receive fluids from the lungs, right? So some are vaporized and sent back to the lungs to keep them moist, and the others are
Expelled.
expelled and excreted. Well done. Okay, again, the spleen's process of TT is helped by kidney yin or kidney yang. Kidney yang, okay. So for proper food digestion, okay, we need warmth, and that's where the kidney yang helps, okay? Now again, let's look at some of the relationships with the other organs. Although every organ is interrelated, the kidney especially has a specific relationship to each organ. For instance, it controls the reception of qi, which would mean it's working with what organ? The lung. Okay? So kidneys and lungs work together to make clear qi, because the lungs have what function? A DD function, or
DD.
triple D. Diffuse, disperse, descend, going down, directing it down towards the kidneys, which in turn receive the qi. Okay? Receive, grasp, and hold the qi down. Okay. And we have, did I not say to you before this, that if it's unable to grasp the qi, what happens? You could have asthma or coughs and things like that. Okay, let's talk about what happens between the kidneys, and it nourishes the ears. Why the significance for the ears? Because the channel runs there, right? So, okay.
Because we have two.
So if a person is not nourished in the ears, he will become
Deaf.
deaf, good, or could have
Disease.
tinnitus,
Tonight.
to do with the ear. And as you get older, people have poor hearing, okay? Now, regarding the hair, kidney essence blank does what for the hair? It nourishes the hair. The kidneys also control the bones and manifest in the hair. So if the hair is strong, thick, and good color, but if kidney essence is weak, what would the hair be like?
Dry,
Gray.
brittle.
Brittle? Yeah, that's a good word. Brittle,
Premature
dull,
gray.
dry, thin, weak,
Balding.
okay, balding, limp. So therefore, dry, dull, and brittle hair indicates kidney deficiency, and also you could say liver blood deficiency. But we're going to go into this in more depth, okay? If someone has premature gray hair, what would you say that is?
Kidney deficiency.
Yeah. So right away, kidney, okay? Okay. Now, controls spittle, kidney, right? Controls spittle. So remember that spittle is not saliva, okay? It's thick and kind of like a dirty, it's not a clear fluid, and it comes from the back of the tongue, okay? From the back of the tongue and the throat. Now, what does it do? Yeah, moistens what? Moistens the kidneys, actually. Moistens the kidneys and kidney essence, yeah. Whereas saliva is thin, and saliva actually moistens the mouth and the lips. Yeah. Okay, we mentioned that the kidney controls also the two related orifices, okay? So that would be for the female in the front, so in the anterior and the posterior, okay, two orifices. But for the female it would be the urethra, and for the male it would be the spermatic duct, okay? Great. And the rear, it's the anus. So if you have deficiency and the kidney is unable to control the lower orifices, let's say the anus, what would you have? What kind of symptoms?
Just like leaky bowels. Yeah. Leaky.
Yeah.
Couldn't control.
Stool incontinence, diarrhea, prolapse, okay? So things like that. Okay, the taste is what for kidney?
Salty.
Salty, color is black, climate is
Cold.
cold, smell is
Putrid.
putrid, rotten,
Rancid.
that's right, rancid, sound is?
Low, deep groaning.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions about kidney. Does the kidney like dryness or warmth?
Warm.